Ever imagine a dog bred for Mastiff strength, but with the height of an Irish Wolfhound? And just for kicks, give it Greyhound speed. Well, that's a Great Dane. Today, we're doing a deep dive into this majestic breed.
Especially compared to other big dogs.
Yeah, you know, those giants of the dog world. We're thinking about folks who might want to bring a Great Dane into their life, but want to know more. Like, where did this breed even come from?
And how does their size really stack up against other giant broods?
Exactly. What makes them so unique?
One of the most captivating things about Great Danes is how their history is kind of woven into their blend of traits.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so like they were originally bred to hunt wild boar in Germany.
Wow, wild boar.
Yeah.
That's a serious animal to hunt.
They needed power AD grace to take one down.
So are we really talking about a mix of Mastiff, Irish Wolfhound, and Greyhound? Like, they took the best traits of each and just said, let's make an amazing boar hunting machine.
Exactly. And it's fascinating to see how those traits were carefully selected and refined over generations. Early breeders weren't just like throwing breeds together randomly.
Yeah.
They had a vision, like a specific vision in mind.
Oh, for sure.
For example, the Mastiff's contribution. It wasn't just jesty about raw strength.
Right.
It was about controlled power and having a strong jaw.
That makes sense. You don't want a dog that just knocks a boar over. You need one that can grab and hold on.
No.
But didn't they, over time, go from fierce hunters to, I don't know, gentle giants?
Precisely. As boar hunting declined, the Great Dane's role kind of shifted.
Okay.
Their temperament, which has always been known for a certain nobility, became even more emphasized. They became companions to the elite.
Ah, so like status symbols.
Yeah, symbols of status and elegance.
Okay, so we know Great Danes are big, but are they the biggest dog breed? I mean, there are a lot of contenders in the giant breed category.
That's a great question. While Great Danes are undeniably huge, the title of biggest really depends on how you're measuring, you know?
Oh,
like, if we're talking sheer weight,
yeah.
the English Mastiff often takes the crown.
Oh, wow, really?
Think of them as like the heavyweight champion of the dog world. They're just incredibly bulky and imposing.
Like a furry tank.
Yeah.
But what about height? I've always heard Irish Wolfhounds can be taller than a Great Dane even.
That's true. Irish Wolfhounds are often taller, but they have a leaner, more streamlined build.
Ah, I see.
Like, they were bred to chase down wolves across open terrain, so speed and agility were, like, paramount.
Okay.
The Great Dane, on the other hand, strikes a balance between height and a more substantial build.
So they're both tall, but the Great Dane is more like a power lifter, and the Wolfhound is a sprinter.
Yeah, that's a great analogy.
Huh.
And speaking of power, you might assume the Great Dane's bite force is, like, off the charts.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Given their size. But that's where things get a little surprising.
Here's where it gets really interesting.
Indeed. While a Great Dane's bite is nothing to sneeze at, it's not the strongest in the canine world.
Wow, really?
Take the Kangal, for example. These dogs were bred to guard livestock against, like, serious predators.
Oh, yeah, right. Wolves and things.
Wolves, bears. So they have a bite force that's significantly stronger than a Great Dane's.
Wow, that's incredible. So it's not just about size, it's about the purpose they were bred for.
Absolutely.
That's fascinating.
And to round out our comparison of giants, we can't forget the St. Bernard.
Oh, right, force.
They're definitely up there in terms of size.
Yeah.
Renowned for their deep chests and incredible endurance.
Yeah, I always picture them trudging through snowy mountains with a little barrel of brandy around their necks.
Exactly. They were bred for rescue work in the Swiss Alps, so they needed that combination of strength and stamina.
Yeah.
And also a calm temperament to navigate, you know, treacherous conditions.
Oh, for sure. Okay, so we've got the English Mastiff, the Irish Wolfhound, the Kangal, and the St. Bernard. All giants in their own right, each with their own unique strengths. But what about the Great Dane's temperament? They're known for being gentle, but are they good guard dogs?
Their size alone can be a deterrent. Imagine you're an intruder coming face to face with a dog that towers over you.
Yeah.
But their gentle nature often makes them more inclined to greet a stranger with a wagging tail than a growl.
Right, right.
However, like any breed, proper training can bring out their protective instincts.
So it's not about turning them into aggressive dogs. It's more about teaching them how to discern real threats and respond appropriately.
Precisely. It's about channeling their natural instincts in a way that keeps them and your family safe.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, for those of us who aren't fending off intruders, what about their exercise needs? Do these gentle giants need a lot of activity?
Absolutely. Daily walks and playtime are, crucial for Great Danes. They need to stretch those long legs and burn off some energy. Despite their size, they descend from hunting dogs.
Right.
That instinct to move is still ingrained in their DNA.
It's like having a furry personal trainer.
Yeah.
But speaking of health, are there any specific issues Great Dane owners should be aware of?
Great Danes, like many large breeds, are unfortunately prone to certain health conditions.
Okay.
One major concern is bloat, a potentially life-threatening condition
Oh, wow.
where the stomach twists. It's thought to be partly due to their deep chests.
Okay.
Then there's hip dysplasia, a common joint problem in larger breeds,
Uh-huh.
often linked to rapid growth. And sadly, they're predisposed to heart disease,
Oh.
which can be influenced by, genetics and lifestyle.
That's a lot to consider, but I imagine regular vet checkups and a proper diet can make a big difference.
Absolutely. Regular vet visits are crucial for catching any potential health issues early on.
Yeah.
And nutrition plays a vital role.
Oh, for sure.
A balanced diet specifically formulated for large breeds is key. Right.
It helps manage their weight and support joint health, which is particularly important as they grow.
So we've covered their ancestry, size, temperament, exercise needs, and health concerns. But let's talk about lifespan. How long do these majestic creatures typically live?
This is where it gets a little bittersweet.
Oh.
Great Danes, compared to smaller breeds, have a shorter lifespan,
Oh, no.
typically averaging between 7 to 10 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's heartbreaking, but it's important to be aware of this,
Yeah.
going in.
Yeah. Makes those years even more precious. I imagine quality nutrition and preventative care can potentially extend their time with us, though.
You're absolutely right. Providing the best possible care can make a real difference in their quality and length of life.
Every moment counts with these gentle giants. But before we get too sentimental, let's tackle some common myths and questions about Great Danes. For example, are they actually bigger than wolves?
That's a popular one, and the answer is generally yes.
Okay.
Great Danes tend to be taller than wolves at the shoulder.
However, wolves have the advantage in terms of bite force and stamina.
Right.
They're built for survival in the wild, whereas Great Danes have been bred for companionship and, well, looking majestic.
Speaking of majestic, I've always wondered how they stack up against other large predators in terms of strength and agility.
It's important to remember that Great Danes, despite their size, aren't wild animals.
Right.
They haven't evolved to hunt and survive in the same way as wolves or big cats.
Yeah, that's true.
So while they possess strength and agility, they're not designed for the same kind of, intense physical confrontations.
That makes sense. It's all about perspective, right?
Yeah.
Their strength lies in their gentleness and their ability to bond with humans.
Exactly. Their gentle nature is their superpower.
Well said.
Yeah.
So for those considering bringing a Great Dane into their lives, what are some key takeaways?
First and foremost, be prepared for their size.
Yeah.
They need space to roam and a home that can accommodate their stature.
Right.
And don't underestimate their exercise needs.
Oh, definitely.
Those daily walks and playtime are non-negotiable.
And of course, being proactive about their health is essential.
Absolutely.
Regular vet checkups, a balanced diet, and knowing the signs of potential health issues are crucial.
You got it. All those are crucial for giving your Great Dane the best possible care.
So we've covered a lot of ground, from their fascinating history and size comparisons to their temperament, exercise needs, and health concerns. But there's so much more to explore.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of Great Danes.
We've explored their impressive lineage, compared their size and strength to other giant breeds.
And even uncovered some surprising facts about their health and temperament.
Right. So now, what do you say we shift gears a bit?
Yeah. Let's focus on the practical side of Great Dane ownership.
Because, let's face it, sharing your life with a dog of this stature, it comes with its own, unique considerations.
Totally.
You can't exactly tuck them away in a tiny apartment, right?
You got that right. One of the first things potential Great Dane owners need to really think about is space.
Of course, yeah.
Great Danes need room.
Yeah.
To stretch those long legs
Oh,
and
and move around comfortably, like a spacious home with a fenced-in yard. That's ideal.
Oh, for sure.
Gives them the freedom to play, to explore, without feeling cramped.
Totally. Yeah. And speaking of play, we got to talk about exercise.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, we touched on this a bit earlier, but it's worth emphasizing.
Absolutely. Daily walks are a must. And not just like a quick stroll around the block.
Right.
These dogs need a good amount of exercise to stay healthy and happy.
Makes sense.
Remember, they were originally bred to cover vast distances while hunting, so that need for movement, still part of their nature.
But it's not just about physical exercise, is it? I'd imagine mental stimulation is pretty important for a breed this intelligent.
Spot on. Great Danes thrive on mental challenges. Puzzle toys, obedience training, even interactive games like hide and seek.
Oh, fun.
It helps keep their minds sharp, and it helps prevent boredom.
Right.
And a bored Great Dane? Well, they can get into all sorts of mischief, I bet.
Yeah.
So we've got space, exercise, and mental stimulation covered.
Correct.
What about training? Are Great Danes easy to train?
They can be, but consistency and positive reinforcement, super important.
Yeah.
Start early and be patient. They're intelligent dogs, but they can also be sensitive.
Okay.
So harsh training methods can backfire.
Right.
Reward-based training,
Yeah.
that's what works best with this breed.
And early socialization is
Yeah.
key, right? I mean, you don't want a giant dog who's afraid of everything.
Exactly. Exposing them to a variety of people, places, and situations from a young age.
Yeah.
It helps them develop into well-adjusted adults.
Right.
It's all about helping them build confidence, teaching them how to navigate the world without fear or anxiety.
Speaking of navigating the world, I'd imagine Great Dane owners become experts in, stain removal, thanks to those drool-worthy jowls.
Oh, tell me about it. Drool. It's part of the Great Dane package.
Yeah.
Keep those drool rags handy.
Ah.
Maybe invest in some stain-resistant furniture covers. It's all part of their charm, though, right?
Oh, it's definitely a small price to pay for their companionship. But speaking of charm, one of the things that really draws people to Great Danes is their gentle nature.
Mm.
But how do we ensure they, stay gentle giants, especially with children?
That's where responsible ownership really comes in. It's crucial to teach children how to interact with dogs respectfully and to never, ever leave them unsupervised with any dog.
Right.
Regardless of breed, even a gentle giant can accidentally knock over a small child during playtime,
Yeah, absolutely. So it's about setting boundaries and teaching both the dog and the child how to behave safely.
Exactly.
Lots of-
Each other. Yeah. And it's important to remember that every dog is an individual.
Okay.
Some may have a higher prey drive than others. So while Great Danes are generally good with other pets, it's always best to supervise those interactions, especially in the beginning.
Now, let's touch on health again. We mentioned earlier that Great Danes are, unfortunately, prone to certain conditions.
Yeah.
Like bloat, hip dysplasia, and heart disease.
Right. These are serious health concerns.
Yeah.
For this breed, regular vet checkups are just essential.
Yeah.
Not just for vaccinations, but also for early detection of any potential problems.
And I imagine, like you said before, nutrition plays a huge role in their overall well-being.
Yeah.
Especially considering their size.
Absolutely. Feeding them a high-quality diet specifically formulated for large breed dogs, crucial.
Okay.
It's about providing the right balance of nutrients to support their development and, help prevent health issues down the road.
Yeah.
Oh, and portion control. That's also key. Overfeeding can lead to obesity, which puts extra strain on their joints
Right.
and can actually worsen conditions like hip dysplasia.
So it's not just about what they eat, but also how much.
Exactly. And let's not forget about mental and emotional well-being, too.
Yeah.
A happy, well-adjusted Great Dane,
Yeah.
more likely to be a healthy Great Dane.
That makes a lot of sense. So far, we've focused a lot on the sort of practical aspects of Great Dane ownership.
Yeah.
Space, exercise, training, health.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the emotional side of things?
Mm.
What are the rewards of sharing your life with one of these gentle giants?
Oh, where do I even begin? Great Danes. They're incredibly loving and loyal companions.
Yeah.
They have a way of making you feel like you're the most important person in the world.
Oh.
They're goofy, they're affectionate,
Yeah.
and they have a knack for knowing when you just need a cuddle.
I've heard they're incredibly patient and tolerant,
Mm-hmm.
especially with children.
Absolutely. They often earn that nickname gentle giants for a reason. Their calm and affectionate nature makes them wonderful family pets.
But it's not all sunshine and rainbows, is it? I mean, there are challenges that come with Great Dane ownership.
Of course. Their shorter lifespan is something potential owners need to be prepared for. It's heartbreaking to lose a pet,
Yeah.
especially one as large and loving as a Great Dane. It's just important to go into this knowing that, you'll have a shorter time with them than you might with some other breeds.
It makes those years even more precious. And of course, their size, while majestic, it can also present some logistical challenges.
Absolutely. Like traveling with a Great Dane
Yeah?
can require some extra planning.
Right.
Finding dog-friendly accommodations and transportation can be a bit tricky.
For sure.
And their sheer size can make things like vet visits and, grooming
Yeah.
a bit more complicated.
But I imagine for many Great Dane owners, the love and joy these dogs bring into their lives far outweighs any challenges.
I think that's a beautiful way to put it. They're not just pets. They're family members.
Yeah.
They become an integral part of your life, bringing so much love and laughter into your home.
So, as we wrap up this segment of our deep dive, what are some key takeaways for those considering welcoming a Great Dane into their lives?
First and foremost, do your research. Understand the breed's needs, their temperament, and potential health concerns. Be honest with yourself about whether you can provide the space, the exercise, the training, and the care they require.
Yeah.
Owning a Great Dane is a commitment,
For sure.
but it's also an incredibly rewarding experience.
It's about more than just, like, providing food and shelter. It's about enriching their lives and ensuring they have the opportunity to thrive, both, physically and emotionally.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We've been spending time with these gentle giants, the Great Danes.
We've talked about their history, compared them to other giant breeds.
Right. We've really covered the practical side of what it's like to actually care for one.
But now I think it's time we dig into something, well, truly fascinating.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
The emotional intelligence of these dogs.
Yeah, that's a great point. We spend so much time talking about how big they are.
Their physical attributes.
Exactly.
Hmm.
But their capacity for understanding and connecting with humans?
That's what sets them apart. Yeah, I've heard so many stories about Great Danes, like comforting their owners when they're stressed or sad. It's like they have a sixth sense,
That's exactly it. They're incredibly perceptive.
Yeah.
They pick up on our moods, our energy, even subtle changes in our routine.
Wow.
And that sensitivity, that's really at the heart of their deep bond with us.
Okay, so then it's not just about, like, obedience training.
Yep.
It's about a real, genuine connection built on mutual trust.
Exactly. And this emotional intelligence of theirs, it plays a big part in their well-being.
Oh, I bet.
We know mental stimulation is important for any dog,
Right.
but for a breed as sensitive as a Great Dane,
Yeah.
it's crucial.
So what are some good ways to, engage their minds and nurture that emotional connection?
Well, puzzle toys are a great way to challenge their problem-solving skills.
Oh, yeah, they love those.
And obedience training, beyond just basic commands,
Right.
that can be really rewarding for both dog and owner. It strengthens your bond and, provides mental stimulation.
Totally. And
Yep.
you can't forget just simple playtime.
Oh, absolutely.
A good game of fetch, hide, and seek.
Yep.
All those can do wonders for their mental and emotional health.
Absolutely. It's really about finding activities you can enjoy together.
Exactly.
That shared experience, it strengthens your bond and creates a sense of joy for both of you.
So we've talked about physical and mental stimulation, but what about going even deeper?
Oh, yeah.
How do we create, like, a truly harmonious relationship with our Great Dane?
It all starts with understanding their personality and their needs.
Okay.
Because every Great Dane, well, they're unique.
Right.
Some more playful, some are more cuddly, some more independent.
Yeah.
So it's about paying attention to those cues, respecting their boundaries,
Yeah.
and just providing the kind of love and support they need to flourish.
It sounds like, more than anything, it's about treating them like individuals, not just a breed.
Exactly. And consistency is key. Just like with kids, consistency in our interactions, in training, helps them feel secure and understood. It builds trust and strengthens that bond.
It's about creating a loving, predictable environment
Yeah.
where they can thrive. And that brings us to the end of our deep dive
Yeah.
into the world of Great Danes.
We've explored their history, their size, their gentle nature, and their incredible emotional intelligence.
If there's one thing we hope you take away from this, it's that Great Danes.
Yeah.
They're more than just big dogs.
So much more.
They're complex, intelligent, and deeply emotional creatures.
And they deserve our love, respect, and understanding.
Absolutely. And in return,
They give unwavering loyalty, gentle affection, and just a lifetime of, heartwarming moments.
Great Danes, huh?
Gentle giants indeed.
Until next time, happy tail wags. Ah.